been a minute that I've been on YouTube, and I've not been putting my all to it. I don't know, great, not so great. I'm doing it anyways, and honestly, I have a good feeling about it, and I look forward to where this eventually goes. By the way, hello lovelies, my name is Relatable. If you are coming across this face for the first time, hi, it's nice to have you on here, and I hope that you do like it here and you finally decide to stay. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, all of it. Thank you guys. So like I was saying earlier, I was talking about my time on YouTube so far. I started some sort of like a sub-series. I think the video before this one, something about something random. Please forgive me, guys. I've just not like been like 100% with where my head is at, and it might like be reflecting in my activity on YouTube, but I'm one step at a time getting a hold of it. That's for sure. One step at a time. I'm not giving up on this. So yeah, YouTube, generally my journey, it's been, you know, it's a different thing to talk about something. It's a different thing to start it, and it's a different thing to stay consistent with it. And I started, it's like I said earlier, I started a series about like just gisting about random stuff, and I'm working on that, like, you know, more topics to keep that in the flow. I'm working on it, and yeah, I think that's that about that. I want to talk about something today. Yes, it's something I actually want to talk about. Talking about, you know, where my head is at, and my journey with YouTube, and then maybe like life in general as well, you know. So the past couple of weeks, I'm going to endeavor to like continue on the rest of this video intentionally, to not use that naughty mannerism that I have. So the past couple of weeks, I have been like not so in control of a lot of things happening around me, and for some weird reasons I let that get to me, like emotional stuff, just things in general, you know, when you're just like waiting on something, having projects like in the works, and you just feel like they're taking like forever, and it starts to like dampen your spirit. And I've just been in that mode, and I made a mistake. I did something, and you know, I talk about how I want to come here and talk about my real life experiences and share them with you, and that the mistakes that I make, I want to help a sister out there not to make them. That is exactly what I'm doing in this video. So in the course of going through whatever I was going through, or whatever was going through me, I decided to shut everybody out, and I was just, you know, grumpy. I had a long face everywhere. I wasn't myself. Normally, I remember in school, one of my nicknames, I had so many, was Happy Girl. Like, I would always wear a smile, even if like I was going through something that I did not exactly like at the time. I just had this way of like not looking like what I was going through. I mean, it's not me, it's God, but it's just something that is like particular to me. Like my friends would say, like I have like this hippie spirit, and for some reasons I felt, you know, because I wanted to prove a point that I wanted to take my life more seriously. I needed to tone things down a notch, and I might have gone about doing that the wrong way. I was closed off from people, and honest truth, I almost got like this close to losing it entirely. It was starting to look sort of like a mimic of depression, because hell no, I wasn't depressed. And then I realized the entire situation, and I just sort of like my entire self just jolted back to life. Like, what am I doing? And I remember in the course of this, I've got flatmates. I wasn't talking to anybody, and normally I would always be the one to bug my flatmates and, you know, crack them up and all of that. So I I was just in my own zone. Well, I mean, it wasn't great, but I was in it. And then eventually I got talking. My friend reached out to me. I love you, baby. She knows herself. She reached out to me and she was like, she sent this sweet message. She was like, I love you. I don't know. In fact, I should mention her name, at Geraldine. Shout out to Geraldine, my body. Like I'm always troubling her. And she reached out to me and she was like, you didn't have to be like this. You know? And that's why it's good to have friends, have good friends. I mean, our friends aren't perfect, but they are friends regardless. Because even we ourselves, we are not perfect. Nobody is. Apparently, that's how the world works. We are all a bunch of imperfect people living in this world. So, and then I was talking to my friend, and she was like, I realized that everybody's going through their own thing on different levels, different scales, different volumes. Everybody's going through their own thing. And the last thing you want to do when you are going through something is to now, bottle things in, lock yourself up, stay closed off from the rest of the world. You don't want to be that person. In fact, sorry guys, a happy spirit would have you elevated in no time. It'll give you a clear thinking space in your head to even see through, to like come across a solution, regardless of whatever situation that you find yourself. So when I'm going to talk about a few points that I feel like they helped me out when I was feeling the type of way that I was feeling. So number one, like I just mentioned now, would be happy. Always be happy. I mean, maybe anybody might want to argue that with me, that you can't be happy all the time, but just stay in elevated spirits. Do not intentionally. It's nice to want to, have some you time to yourself, and so you could concentrate, meditate, all of that, yes, but don't be in that closed off spot for too long, because eventually an isolated mind, an idle mind, it's the devil's workshop. You will just start to think things, and I feel like most people that do like that go to the extreme when they're in like not very comfortable situations or in a dilemma, and they do like the worst. I feel like all of those thoughts stems off of when they're by themselves and there's nobody else to talk them out of the craziness going on in their head, and then they just do it, impulse, they just do it, and it's too late. That's definitely not going to be our story. So number one, just try to be in elevated spirits. Try to talk yourself out of sad moods, unhappy moods. Number two, I would say friends. There's that proverb that says a tree can make a forest. Always have people around you. If you say there's this Yoruba adage that says this stick is not good, that stick is not good, you keep removing them, something about your food not getting done. I'm not getting it right now, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, you can't keep cutting people off. Always have, even if it's just two friends, have somebody, or a friend, or a family, have somebody around you that you could talk to, you can always express yourself to, and you feel like they are a safe space. You should have somebody like that in your life. It helps. So in times when you feel like you just can't hold up anymore, friends and supporters, well-wishers like this are the ones that help us get through this type of times. Another point that I would mention, I am a faith girl, I am a Christian, I said that in a couple of my videos, would be to run to God. I was talking to somebody earlier today, and I said, there's a part of the Bible that says, where the Bible says, come together, let us reason. I'm not sure if I'm quoting it exactly right now, but there's a part of the Bible where God says that we should come and reason together. So, and I feel like that part of the Bible isn't talking about the conventional Father, in Jesus' name, in the mighty name of Jesus. I don't know if most of you guys have a following or sort of follow. I'm sorry, I don't know if you follow Temi-san, or you must have seen him on Instagram. Where there's this particular episode where he talked about gaslighting God, and as much as we say Temi-san's contents are funny and all, he's just a special evangelist in this type of way to me. Like, I have conversations with God, regardless of wherever. God is everywhere. God is in us. So have God, have faith, and let your soul be guided. Talk to God. Have a praying community if necessary. Have friends that you pray together. And I believe that definitely things like this would help resuscitate your spirit, revive your energy, and it just gives a glimmer of hope again. And I feel like prayer communities, or like faith communities, are not just about religious stuff. You could meet people that probably say you're looking for a job, and then it's taking a toll on you. You could be like in like your church or your praying community or something, talk to people, and then before you know it, somebody tells you, oh, I know something happening here, and then you apply, and then you meet people. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. So first off, I mentioned stay happy, because there's this thing people say that nobody's going to come for you, you need to save yourself. So first off, you need to be happy. You need to keep yourself in high spirits regardless. Number 2, keep people around you. Do not isolate yourself from people. Number 3, faith. Like one of my cousins once told me, she said, when a soul that does not have faith is vulnerable, and you don't want to have a vulnerable soul. So why not? Whatever it is that you believe in. I am a Christian. I believe in God, and hence I pray according to my faith. Another point that I would like to bring up, something else that I sort of jotted down, would be engaging your mind. Trying not to don't be idle. Don't just leave your mind wild and roaming. And I would suggest books. Yes, engage your mind and be very, very particular and conscious about the things that you allow into your mental space and into your thought area. Like, you need to be very, very intentional. The things that you read, the things that you consume, the things that are a part of your daily routine. You should be very consistent. You should be very particular about these things, and you should choose them wisely. See the things that you let dwell in your mind often. Read books. It could be motivational books, it could be faith-based books, it could be maybe just like fantasies and whatever interests you, but daily immerse yourself in, or bask yourself in, the habit of consuming more knowledge each and every day. It might be a book that you start with and you do like a chapter per day, or even a page per day, a step at a time. So that is that. And then my final point, but not the least, will be should I say exercising? Like just like physical activity. You should I myself, I am still like working in that area. I've been trying for the first 4 points that I mentioned. I think I'm trying in that aspect. I am trying, but with the exercise part, I have been so lazy. I love dancing. It's one of my hobbies, and I used to like do that for lengthy hours before. I would just be like stand up and just dance, and just dancing for fun. And it's a form of workout. I'm sure they're like, not I'm sure, like I know there are gyms like that, workout sessions like that, where people just come and they just go through dance routines and they stretch out, and it's a form of exercise. So it's nice to have like a routine, a daily exercise routine. It helps your mental health actually as well. It's funny how people do not know this, but it actually does. Exercising maybe going for like a morning jog, or if you do a 9 to 5 and you obviously have to be at work, you have to beat Lagos traffic, of course, you might want to do like an evening jog if you have the time. If not, you have your smart watches where it calculates like your walking pace per day, things like that. Or you could just be like me, whenever you're free, just 30 minutes, put on some plug your ears in, some nice music, have it playing, and just dance. You don't necessarily have to be like a professional dancer. Just move your body and just, sweat it out, sweat all of that emotional stress and chaos out of your body. I hope somebody puts these 5 tips to use, and I look forward to hearing you share how that has helped, or how you're working to start to inculcate this habit, how you're working on it, and how it's going out for you in the comment section. It'll be nice. And yeah, thanks guys. I hope this is useful to somebody. See you in my next one. Please like, share, subscribe, and love you guys. Bye.